Okay. So in today's lecture, we will be moving towards your fourth unit. Okay, we'll be moving towards your fourth unit. We have completed your third unit. So in the third unit, we have covered about your symmetrical fault analysis. What happens when a symmetrical fault occurs in the system? We have seen, and in today's lecture, we will be dealing with your we'll be moving towards the fourth unit, which is nothing but the unsymmetrical fault analysis. So, performing fault analysis when your system is having an unsymmetrical component. Okay, so that is the particular thing about this. So, just a minute. So, just a minute, student. Okay, I hope I'm visible to you. My screen is visible, I think. So there exist only two windows, I think. Okay. Okay, students. So this is what it is about the symmetrical components we will be seeing. So here, an unbalanced system of n-related vector can be resolved into n system of balanced vectors they are seeing. So what do you mean by n-related vectors means? So we have seen about the nodes, right? So n-related vectors are nothing but the number of buses you can take. You can consider it to be the number of bus. Okay. So this that is the unbalanced system can be converted into a balanced system. Okay. The n set of balanced vectors will be called as symmetrical components. Okay. These n set of balanced components. So if there is an unbalanced system means we can convert it into a balanced one. Okay, you can convert it to a balanced one by this n related vectors. Okay, so here we'll be dealing with this n related vectors. What are those n related vectors? For transforming your unbalanced system into a balanced system. So that is our ultimate aim that we are going to carry out. Okay, so here there are three symmetrical components. First, you have to be very clear with this n related vectors. So this n related vectors, this n related vectors this n-related vectors are nothing but your symmetrical components. So this symmetrical components is of three types. First one corresponds to your positive. Okay, first one corresponds to a positive sequence component. Second one corresponds to a negative sequence component, and third one corresponds to a zero sequence component. Okay, so these are the three components corresponding to a symmetrical components. Okay, so using with the help of these three components, we are going to make your unbalanced system to a balanced system. So for this purpose, initially you have to know about the unbalanced system and the balanced system. You have to know. So for the balanced system, you already know that for a three phase there exists R, Y, and then B. R, Y, B exist, and the magnitude will be the same. The magnitude we can take it to be X, so it will be X, it will be X, and it will be X. Also, all the three will be displaced from each other. All the three vectors will be displaced from each other by an angle of 120 degree. This will be RY will be 120 degree, RB will be 120 degree. So this is how it goes. Okay, so this is for your balanced system. Okay, this is for the balanced system. Whereas in case of an unbalanced system, what happens? One, they will not be in equal magnitude. Okay, they will be in different magnitude. Okay, R, Y, and then you can take this to be B, and this will be in one magnitude x1, and this will be in another one magnitude x2, and this will be in another one magnitude x3, and the angle of displacement will also be different. So here it will be around 147 degree, and here it will be around more than 147, like 210 like degree, like that. So here it will be around 45 degree, so like that it will be. So this corresponds to your unbalanced system. It is a balanced system, so it is your unbalanced system. So when an unsymmetrical fault occurs, what you have to see is the system will be moving towards the unbalanced system. Okay, so what happens in an unbalanced system? So if there exists unbalanced system, means there will be voltage fluctuation or damage to any other components due to very high power flow is possible in your unbalanced system. Okay, so it is necessary to keep your system in a balanced state by having of equal magnitude, and they have to be displaced by equal angle. Okay, so this is necessary. This is necessary, and for this purpose, in order to convert from a unbalanced system to a balanced system, you are in need of this n-related vectors, which is nothing but your symmetrical components. So using these symmetrical components, it is possible to convert this unbalanced system into a balanced system. Okay, so this unit is entirely revolves around this concept only. Okay, so coming over here, as I said, there exist three components, right? Positive sequence component, negative sequence component, and zero sequence component. In a three-phase system, this based upon your components, okay, three-phase unbalanced system, based upon the three components, we can resolve these voltages into three balanced symmetrical vectors as VA0, VA1, VA2. Okay, so over here this VA0 corresponds to a zero component, VA1 corresponds to a positive, and VA2 corresponds to a negative sequence component. So what we are doing, we are converting this unbalanced system into three other vectors of positive, negative, and zero sequence. Okay, so the same is applicable for all the other two phases also. So for VB, VC. So VB0, VB1, VC0, VC2. So over here you can see VA0, VB0, VC0 corresponds to a zero component, and then VA1, VB1, VC1 corresponds to a positive sequence, and then the other things corresponds to a negative sequence. Okay. And coming to the next point about the phase sequence. So phase sequence. So this is another one important terminology you have to know about the phase sequence. We have seen that there exists three sequence component. Okay, for these three sequence component will be having a particular order. Okay, a particular order. Okay, in case this mainly depends upon your angle. For example, as it is stated, your VA1, VB1, VC1 corresponds to your positive sequence. So the order for this positive sequences will be coming with respect to this. First, your A phase will be coming in the first order, and then B phase will be second, and then the C phase will be the third. So this is for your positive sequence. Whereas in case of your negative sequence, the order just varies. So how it goes means it will be moving like this. Your A will be the first one, followed by your C, and followed by your B. Okay. Well, dealing with the problems, you will be able to understand the difference between the two sequence components. Then it will be easy for you. And for VA0, VB0, and VC0, which is nothing but a zero component. Okay, this will be having zero phase. You have to bring this is your phase sequence for the primary, and this is sorry, that is a positive sequence, and this is for your negative, and this is for your zero. For the zero, there doesn't exist any phase sequence, so you have to be clear with that. So coming to the pictorial representation of the sequence, so here you can see your positive sequence. So this is the exact diagram what I have drawn over here. This is the exact diagram what I have drawn over here. And coming towards the negative sequence, it is here you can see the magnitude. So our ultimate aim is to keep all the magnitudes in same order. Okay, so that your unbalanced system becomes a balanced system. So for that condition, you have to manipulate it using some vector calculation. So here's the vector calculation. So in order to get the VC1 to have a same magnitude of other voltage vectors, you will be multiplying it by A. Okay, and for VB1 you will be multiplying with the A square, and for the VA1 it will be multiplying with the unity component 1. Okay, so this is for the positive sequence. Then coming to the negative sequence, so as I said, for the positive sequence, your sequence order will be A, followed by your B, followed by the C. So it goes like this: A, B, and then C. In case of the sequence will be moving in a clockwise direction. But in case of a negative sequence, what happens means the sequence order changes. The sequence order changes from A, C, and then it moves towards the B. Okay, and as the sequence order changes, for making the magnitude to be equal, also the A value also will be changing. Okay, so coming to the zero sequence components, as I said, there exists a zero sequence order. So over here, everything will be having only the magnitude. The vector, the direction of these vectors will be in parallel to each other. Okay, they doesn't have any kind of angle phase displacement between each other vectors in case of your zero sequence. Okay, so for the positive sequence, in order to make the magnitude to be the same, so this is your formula. Okay, for positive sequence, so here you can see your VB1 is there, right? Your VB1 you have to multiply by A square into VA1, and for your VA1 it will be the same as that of VA1. Okay, in both the sequence also the VA1 component will be the same. The VA component will be the same, and for VC1 it will be A into VA1. Okay, and coming to the negative sequence, so it will be VA2 will be equal to the same VA2, VB2 equal to the A into VA2, and then VC2 will be equal to A square VA2. Whereas in case of your zero sequence, everything will be the same. VA0 will be equal to VB0 will be equal to VC0. So this is for your zero sequence. Okay. So coming to the differentiation between each and every phase. Okay. So here you can see for the positive sequence. So each have the same magnitude. Okay. So each positive sequence voltage or current quantity is displaced by 120 degree. So after making it, so we will be able to get a balance system. So this is the characteristics in the balance system. Okay. The difference between the positive and negative sequence is that over here you can see the displacement of the sequence component. Okay, so over here the positive sequence will be displaced by 120. Over here for the negative phase sequence, the negative sequence will be displaced by 120. But whereas for the zero sequence, all will be having the same magnitude and there will not be any angular displacement. Okay, so this is the main difference that you have to know. And final one, okay, regarding the next part, we'll be dealing with that in the next class. So now we just it's an introduction about your symmetrical components. We just see through these symmetrical components so that it'll be it will be easy for you in the next class. Okay. So with this, I'll be finishing today's lecture, and I'll be finishing today's one part. Okay, and I have given assignment